um, Ashley Bryan, who made a collection of folk tales called in her book called "The Ox of the Wonderful Horns and Other African Folk Tales." The folktale that I picked from that collection is called Anansi the Spider in Search of a Fool. So this story is about Anansi the Spider who wants to set traps and sell fish, like catch and sell fish, without doing any of the work for it. So what he needs is a fool to do all the work for him. So what he does is he goes around town and starts yelling around saying, "I need a fool, I need a fool." And eventually he comes to someone called Anin the Crow. And he gets his help. And he goes away to grab a knife, and while he's away, the Son of the Hawk, someone he talked to before about hiring to be his fool, warns the crow that he's just looking for a fool to do all the work. So basically, the crow tricks Anansi into doing basically what he told everyone he was going to have everyone else do. So he has the spider do all the work, and also ends up eating all the fish, while Anansi ends up getting beaten because of offending people and stuff. But he ends up trying to solve his broken traps at the end of the book. So that is the book. As far as the literary devices I want to use to kind of analyze the book, there are two actually that I want to touch on because they kind of go hand in hand. First one is hubris, and the second one is poetic justice. So hubris and poetic justice go hand in hand to delivering a very powerful message that what goes around comes around. And for kids, it shows them that it's bad to think you are superior and better than everyone else, and that with that mindset, it can get you into trouble. So let's kind of go over what they mean. Hubris is like excessive pride, it's arrogance, and usually it leads to the downfall of a literary character. Like it ends up being what screws them over in the end. So for example, hubris is an example. Anansi at the beginning, he talks about how it'll be really easy to find a fool. So he's literally just waltzing around town saying, "I want a fool, I want a fool," on page 4. And by the end of the book, and like actually during the book, while the crow is tricking him and telling him like that, let's see, hold on, that like he'll do all the work. He's like, "Oh, I'll do it, and then you can take the weariness from my work and stuff." And then onto the spider, like, "No, I'll do the work, and you can take the weariness from it." So he ends up doing all the work in that way. And then like as he does the work and stuff, the crow is like, "Oh, this is so hard," and stuff, and like is moaning and groaning and stuff, and like the spider like rolling his eyes, saying like, "Oh man, I totally get the better part of the bargain and stuff." Like, this guy's such a fool, and at the same time, he's the one being the fool, which is a form of irony. So in trying to find a fool, he becomes the fool, which is the title of the book, and basically, and at the end of the story, it actually says straight out, that when you're looking for a fool, you're gonna become the fool. So he's prideful all the way until the end, and doesn't even realize that he was tricked until the end. Poetic justice, exactly what it sounds like. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's basically being punished into an ironic, twisted fate. And so it's very ironic that Anansi the Spider, he was looking for a fool to do all the work, and then he ended up doing all the work and became the fool. and didn't get any of the rewards, and then was beaten afterwards because he offended people so much by trying to sell rotten traps at the end of it, because and after Crow gives him that advice. Yes, at the end it says, when one seeks to make a fool of another, he is bound to make a bigger fool of himself, in page 10. So that just shows you that the theme of the book and of the folktale and why it was being told. So with hubris and poetic justice, it shows just how much the nonsense fire does it, and the overall theme for kids, like beyond that, is that arrogance is never rewarded, and that tricking people is not the way to go about doing things, and it's a very easy way for the kids to understand, and I mean, like at the end it tells exactly what the meaning behind the story is. So I hope that this was helpful, and yeah.